Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blind Intelligence. I'm your host, Miss Ronnie, where I always seek to give you exquisite cranial repertoire. This week, I am going to talk about how to get a legal sample clearance. And the reason why I'm going to talk about this is the situation with, I want to say his name is Rod Wave and Lil Boosie. If I understand correctly, Lil Boosie calls out rappers because they have been sampling his lyrics without basically paying him. So I've seen the Rod Wave guy was saying that he and Boosie could resolve the issues that they had privately with a proper agreement on compensation. Now, I do remember Boosie saying something about some rappers use the whole verse, not just a little catch line or, a catchphrase or whatever they're using, like the whole verse, and he's not being monetarily compensated for it, because he was saying something about, and y'all making money off of it and y'all not paying me. So the simplest way to obtain a clearance, indie artist, is to register with Harry Fox. And when you need a sample, you go through the agency so that your sample will be legal. In almost any field, copying someone else's work without giving proper credit is a form of stealing. I know I was watching a YouTuber, and she had broke a story, and she done kind of like a deep dive on it, and she gave a lot of information, and she was like one of the first people that I saw to break that story. And I guess maybe a day later, this other guy that's a YouTuber came and regurgitated the same information, and he was like, I was the first one to do this and da-da-da. And he was getting called out in the comments, and instead of saying that he was wrong or whatever, or that he did do this, because plagiarizing is a form of stealing. Even if you're a news outlet, you have to give credit where you got your sources from. But he wouldn't do it. And I think in this situation right here, a lot of other artists are feeling that way about people are taking from them and not giving credit. One time I had a consultation, because even getting a legal sample clearance goes along with your copyright. I mean, there's so many steps in there. But I had a consultation with an artist. It was a local artist that had started a record label. I assumed that he was familiar with the protection of copyrights. I tell y'all, I almost fell out of my seat when he said that it takes too long for a copyright. It could be 6 months before you get copyright. I was like, what? I looked at him thinking, you want other artists to trust you with their treasures, and you don't even protect them? And I got to call it what it is. It's fuck shit. And the artists, he have artists that have signed to his label. I know the industry can be dirty, but technology and being business savvy can help prevent some small pitfalls from becoming large craters. This is not the only way registering through Harry Fox. It's not the only way to obtain a legal sample clearance, but it is a kind of simpler process, I would say. So I'm glad that Boosie opened his opportunities for artists to understand how and why it is necessary to obtain a legal sample clearance. You're going to get sued. Well, that's all I have for today. And you can catch Indie Artist Music Hustle on all major podcasting platforms worldwide, streaming live on social media, and on my website, www.blonde-intelligence.com. You can also get your Blonde Intelligence merch and get some customized items on my website. So that's all that I have for you today. I know it was a short podcast today, but I just wanted to touch on this, and I'll talk about some other little things on next week. Bye.
Hey girl, let me tell you about this podcast. Girl, everybody has a podcast these days.
But this one interviews new and interesting indie artists. It's called Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blunt Intelligence.
Really? Where can I find it?
It's on all podcasting platforms, streams live on social media.
What'd you say it was called again?
It's called Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blunt Intelligence.
Girl, I'm gonna have to check her out.
Give it a check, girl.